Morning, Husky Nation. This is Superintendent Gross with another 4x4 video. Let's jump right in. First thing I want to talk about is authentic learning experiences. Our students this week were asked to present at the Authentic Learning Expo, which was a virtual expo that was viewed by teachers, students, administrators across the state. We had Mrs. Bree Good and Mr. Jim Heitoff and their students in second and seventh grade talk about the projects that they were involved in this year. We were invited to present this expo based on what they saw online that our district's putting out. So a huge shout out to our staff who have allowed students to have these opportunities this year, and great opportunity for our kids to share their learning. So just, again, reaffirms the great things that our staff is doing. I'm proud of the work they've done this year. On the same topic, I want to talk about the Winterset Educational Foundation. A lot of the things that you see happening in our district when it comes to field trips or some of the equipment that our kids are getting to experience, like the gardening equipment with Bree Good's second grade class, that came through grants from the foundation. The foundation contributes thousands of dollars annually to support those activities. Currently, they're experiencing a little bit of a decrease in funding, going back to the impact of COVID. I'd like to encourage you to consider contributing to that organization because it all goes back to the kids. They have a fundraising opportunity coming up June 28th at Cover Bridge Winery. More information coming out about that, so look for that, and hopefully you'll choose to engage in that activity. Second topic is College, Career, and Life Ready. One of the indicators we look at each year is community service. Our goal is that our 7th and 8th graders have 5 hours of community service each year. So far this year, they've been able to work out at the historical complex in the fall, raking leaves and picking up. This past week, they spent time out at Pamela Park, picking up sticks, clearing trails. So again, we understand that if our kids get connected to the community, it benefits not only the community, but them and seeing what a great place it is to live and the community they're a part of. In addition to that, on May 14th, our seniors will be engaging in Husky Help Day. It's something that's going on in this district for years before I got here, something I'm super proud of. Again, our seniors spend all day giving back to the community that gives so much to them. So super excited about that opportunity for our kids. We know that it benefits not only them, but the community. Talking about expanding opportunities for our students to develop self-worth and connection to others. I want to give a shout out to our high school principal and our elementary and middle school principal and all of the kids involved in club and organizations this year. They've engaged in what's called High Five Fridays. So almost every Friday this year, either an athletic team, a club, an organization has sent their kids to the elementary and middle school to give high fives to those students. It's a great way for our younger kids to interact with kids that we know they look up to and idolize. And it also lets our older kids just see the impact that they have on our younger students and how much they look up to them. So a win-win. I want to thank all the people who have engaged in that this year, and to high school principal Cam Smith for putting that into practice this year. The last thing I want to talk about is we talk about building strong, authentic relationships with student, staff, and community is the Billy Madison Project. I talked about this a couple of videos ago. We actually ran that this past week. We had 7 community members come in and spend about 4 hours shadowing a high school student. We had the opportunity to debrief with them this week. The feedback was great. They highlighted things that they saw that were doing well. For example, stuff tied to our Capturing Kids' Hearts, the fact that our staff were greeting students at the door by name, looking them in the eye. They talked about the impact that has and how important it is, that skill, for them to develop when they graduate. And they also gave us some feedback on where we can get better. They talked about, when we look at the profile of graduate skills that we say are important, they identified 3 that they think are critical. One is communication, the ability to call and have a conversation and stay on task, is one thing they said that we need to continue to work with our kids on. Critical thinking and problem solving. One of our individuals shared about their job is engaging with people across the country via Zoom and being able to solve problems remotely and work together. So those are the things we're really going to take to heart and try and get better at. So again, appreciate all the support we get from our community in the various ways I've shared. As always, go Huskies.